Kolkata Knight Riders, one of my favorite sides. No Gautam Gambhir, no Shreyas Iyer, and in comes Ajinkya Rahane. Ajinkya Rahane at this point in time taking up leadership role, as great record as a red ball captain, not so much as a white ball captain, but KKR have decided to go Ajinkya Rahane's way. Let's talk about him and a lot more about KKR on this episode. Can KKR defend its title this year after last year's victory? They don't have a lot of players, key players I would say, or key members in this side currently, and I feel like they had an incredibly positive auction. I love the auction. I love the fact that they showed loyalty to the players that have performed well for them, especially with the likes of Venkatesh Iyer. ये मेरे हिसाब से बहुत लोग शायद निराश भी थे. मुझे अभी भी याद है कि जब वो ऑक्शन हुआ था एंड काफ़ी प्लेयर्स जो फैंस चाह रहे थे वो नहीं मिला था. दे फेल्ट लाइक यार क्यों दिए हम वेंकटेश अय्यर को इतना ज़्यादा. बट मैं मानता हूँ कि ही इज समवन हु हैज परफॉर्म्ड सो वेल फॉर केकेआर इन द लास्ट फ्यू इयर्स दैट ही डिजर्व दैट बैकिंग. एंड मैं एक्चुअली अज्यूम करते जा रहा था कि ये बंदा तो कैप्टन करने वाला है अगले 5-6 साल के लिए तो एटलीस्ट. But they have decided to go in a different direction and they've decided to go with Ajinkya Rahane as the captain, who is in the back end of his career, right? It presents a particularly different kind of challenge from a personal and a team perspective. From a team perspective, you are picking in a captain who's not going to perhaps lead for you for the next 5 or 6 years. मान के चलते हैं कि अगले 3 साल के लिए भी शायद वो खेलेंगे, तो आपका अगला नेक्स्ट कैप्टन कौन हो सकता है जो लॉन्ग टर्म कप्तानी कर सकता है केकेआर के लिए. वो प्लेयर आपको ढूंढ निकालना पड़ेगा क्योंकि 3 साल के बाद वेंकटेश अय्यर will also be perhaps in his early 30s, mid 30s, and he also probably won't be able to lead for a particularly a long time. So this whole pick of Ajinkya Rahane मेरे हिसाब से एक double-edged sword है, and I say this with the utmost respect for KKR and for Aju, simply because I feel it puts a lot of pressure on Ajinkya Rahane individually as a player. क्योंकि वो अपने करियर के बैक एंड में हैं और उनका बैटिंग थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे है. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि उनका परफॉर्मेंसेस नहीं है. He was in 2023 he was unbelievable for CSK. उसके बाद just got picked by KKR at some point in the auction, and then I think he got picked for his base price if I'm not wrong. And the fact that he's had a decent season in domestic cricket this year, but and he's done fairly well as a captain as well in red ball cricket, in white ball cricket, fairly decent. He's had a decent run. Given that he has come into this team, taken up leadership where his personal performances haven't been the greatest or the best that we've known Aju's performances to be, whilst at the same time you're adding on an added responsibility of being a leader. He is perhaps the most politically correct cricketer I have seen in the Indian ecosystem, perhaps after Rahul Dravid. And for me, someone like him taking up this role will be added pressure to his batting. You know, I truly believe he will thrive. His batting will thrive in the Eden Garden conditions. वहाँ पे फास्ट आउटफील्ड, गुड क्विक विकेट, ये सारी चीज़ अजिंक्य रहाणे प्रेफर करता है एज अ बैट्समैन. उनको उनके गेम के हिसाब से वो सूट भी करता है ये कंडीशंस. पर वो कहाँ पे बैट करेंगे? ओपन करेंगे, नंबर 3 पे करेंगे, नंबर 4 पर करेंगे, कहाँ पे करेंगे? और उसके बाद फील्डिंग तो उनका मतलब लाजवाब है, पर उसका कैप्टनसी स्किल्स कितना प्रेशर डालेगा उनके बैटिंग पे, क्योंकि डिफेंड भी कर रहे हैं, वो एडेड प्रेशर भी है. अगर डिफेंड नहीं कर पाएंगे तो how will it impact him and his future in the IPL, his future with his own career at the back end of his career? तो मेरे हिसाब से ये सारे चीज को मतलब रखते हुए, ध्यान रखते हुए, I feel like it's a double-edged sword. But I'm wishing him the very best of luck because I think he's a top quality player. But I think there will be pressure on him. How KKR start off under his captaincy is going to be crucial for their endeavor this year in defending the title. एक और चीज जो हमको बात करना है यहाँ पे इज दैट इम्पैक्ट क्या है यहाँ पे जो की डिपार्चर्स हुए हैं इस टीम के साथ. मेरे हिसाब से 2 की डिपार्चर्स हुए हैं. एक श्रेयस अय्यर, दूसरा गौतम गंभीर. गौतम गंभीर obviously has joined the Indian cricket team as the head coach, and so his services will not be available for KKR in this IPL, or perhaps still he's in charge of the Indian cricket team, and once he finishes he'll probably come back. We don't know that, but his absence will be affected. They have brought in Dwayne Bravo as a replacement for him, who is equally good. उनका कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स हमको लगता है कि वेस्ट इंडीज से है, कैरेबियन से है, तो उनका कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स अच्छा नहीं होता, पर मैं उनके साथ खेला भी हूँ, उनके खिलाफ खेला भी हूँ, और मैं यकीन के साथ कह सकता हूँ सारे केकेआर फैंस को कि यार बहुत अच्छा कम्युनिकेशन रखते हैं, बहुत अच्छा मोटिवेशन रखते हैं टीम को लेकर। ही मोटिवेट्स द बॉयज रियली वेल। वो डिजायर, वो विल टू विन जो है उनका, वो मतलब इंस्पिरेशनल है थोड़ा। सो ही विल बी अ वेरी गुड मेंटर मेरे हिसाब से फॉर केकेआर, एंड आई थिंक ही विल डू रियली वेल। इट विल ओनली बी अभी ये तालमेल उनका और कोच के साथ, क्योंकि अगेन कल्चरली वेरी वेरी डिफरेंट। चंद्रकांत पंडित इज वेरी डिफरेंट एज अ कोच इवन फॉर इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड्स, काफी ओल्ड स्कूल है, तो उनका जो तालमेल है ड्वेन ब्रावो के साथ वो कैसे रहेगा, वो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होगा केकेआर के सक्सेस के लिए। दूसरी चीज फॉर मी बिग मिस फॉर केकेआर इज श्रेयस अय्यर। श्रेयस अय्यर हाल ही में आके कहा भी है कि क्योंकि मुझे अपना ड्यू नहीं मिला था वहां पे केकेआर में, for all my contributions towards his effort, I felt it is time for me to move on from KKR. और on some level, from श्रेयस अय्यर्स perspective, मैं ये चीज acknowledge कर सकता हूँ यार, और मैं ये चीज शायद resonate कर सकता हूँ उनके साथ, क्योंकि the narrative around KKR success never really came back to Shreyas Iyer. It always went to other people and other reasons, but it never really came on to Shreyas and his ability. श्रेयस ऐसे प्लेयर हैं जो अंडर द रेडार फ्लाई करते हैं, और उनका जो कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस है वो काफी अनसंग है केकेआर के लिए, एंड वी नोन दैट अंडर हिज लीडरशिप, नॉट जस्ट इन केकेआर, डीसी में भी उन्होंने काफी अपना कप्तानी का स्किल्स जो है उन्होंने दिखाया कि कितना अच्छा है, लेड डीसी टू अ फाइनल अगेंस्ट सीएसके, एंड देन took KKR to a title, and a lot of decisions that he took on the field, a lot of decisions that he approved along the way as a leader has worked for KKR. So there is a certain astuteness of Shreyas Iyen's ability जो KKR miss करेंगे इस season मेरे हिसाब से. I think these are the two impacts from the two departures that KKR will have from this season. But let's go into their batting, and let's go into their bowling and their fielding, because I think they have a bomb side. अभी थोड़ा बैटिंग के बारे में बात करते हैं। बैटिंग तो उनका लाजवाब है मेरे हिसाब से, इनफैक्ट वह उनके पास तो बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस है, खूब सारे ऑप्शंस है, एक्सेस ऑप्शंस है मेरे हिसाब से, बिकॉज दे हैव रहमानुल्लाह गुरबाज, दे हैव क्विंटन डिकॉक, दे हैव अंकुश रघुवंशी, दे हैव अजिंक्य रहाणे, दे हैव वेंकटेश अय्यर, दे हैव रिंकू सिंह, और कौन है भाई, दे हैव रॉवमैन पॉवेल, दे हैव मनीष पांडे, दे हैव लवनीत सिसोदिया, और कौन है भाई, दे हैव सुनील नारायण एट द टॉप, दे हैव मोइन अली हु कैन आल्सो बैट एट द टॉप, दे हैव Andre Russell, oh my God, dude, they have too many options, and मेरे को एक डर है इस बार केकेआर का कि यार उनके पास कुछ ज्यादा ऑप्शंस नहीं है, थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन नहीं क्रिएट कर देगा ये, बट आई एम वेरी हैप्पी दैट दे गॉट सम रियली सॉलिड साइड्स। तो अगर खुदा ना खास्ता कोई इंजरी भी हो जाए, then they have solid replacements. It's about making sure how they keep their key players who are not playing in the 11 motivated, and keep them prepared mentally and physically for the game, because these are also experienced players. So to make sure that these players, when they're not playing, especially Rahmanullah Gurbaz, he's at this point key to play every match. But will he get the opportunity ahead of Quinton de Kock? मेरे हिसाब से मुझे अभी डाउट लग रहा है। मुझे लगता है कि उनका सर्विसेज जो है at this point in time, if Rahmanullah Gurbaz is not playing in an IPL 11, then I think the IPL is missing out on a lot of, wow factor. Because I think he's got some solid game, and he's got a lot to show and deliver and entertain the world. For me, the kind of cricket that he plays, and the belief with which he plays, and the will to win with which he plays, मेरे हिसाब से reminds me of some of the greatest players who played the game, like Virender Sehwag. The fearlessness with which he plays, what he brings to the table, the conviction, वो will to win जो है इसका, तो मेरे हिसाब से इसको अलग प्लेयर बनाता है। पर क्या जब आप क्विंटन डिकॉक से आप नापतोल करते हो और सुनील नारायण से आप नापतोल करते हो, आप किसको खिलाओगे? गुरबाज को खिलाओगे, डिकॉक को खिलाओगे, और इन तीनों में से दो कौन चूज करोगे? And we've all known that KKR prefer lefties to righties at the top. It's always been the case. Will they go with lefty-righty? Because if they go lefty-righty, then they have to go Gurbaz and perhaps Sunil Narine. And if they go with Gurbaz and Sunil Narine, they miss the X factor of a Quinton de Kock. Now they have to make a choice between which X factor they want to miss out on. Because Sunil will play anyway. Sunil will play either as an opener or as a pinch hitter at number 3 or number 4, wherever they choose to use him. I think he will be most effective at the top of the order. हम सब ने देखा है, तो मेरे हिसाब से वो तो एक ओपनर रहेगा ही. मेरे हिसाब से मुझे ये फीलिंग अभी आ रहा है कि क्विंटन डिकॉक शायद ओपन करेंगे और गुरबाज को वेट करना पड़ेगा अनफॉर्चुनेटली. 3 पर कौन आएगा? 3 पर अंकुश रघुवंशी है, अजिंक्य रहाणे है, हु विल कम? वेंकटेश अय्यर भी है, तो वेंकटेश अय्यर हमने देखा है कि थोड़ा नीचे बैट कर भी लेते हैं, तो आई थिंक इट विल बी अ लेफ्ट राइट कॉम्बिनेशन, या राइट ही आएंगे, तो दोनों में से एक को आना पड़ेगा. I think Ajinkya or Ankush Raghuvanshi will come at 3, Venki will come at 4, and then again at number 5 you will have a righty come in, either Ankush or Ajinkya. Number 6 पे तो Andre Russell आएंगे. Number 7 पे you will have Ramandeep Singh. So I think it's a very, 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 very solid batting lineup. And what is amazing about this batting lineup is that they also have replacements, guys. I think that has been an absolute gun decision by KKR in this season. They've done the auctions really, really well. They have Rovman Powell for Andre Russell. They have Moeen Ali for Sunil Narine, and they have Rahmanullah Gurbaz for Quinton de Kock, and Spencer Johnson for Henrik Nokia, or vice versa. They've got some solid replacements for their foreign players, which I think is really, really cool. I think they've nailed something here, and they've nailed it so well that it's going to cause a problem of plenty for them. Bowling तो KKR का काफी अच्छा है. अगर आप बैटिंग से कंपेयर करोगे तो ऑब्वियसली थोड़ा वीक ही लगेगा, पर मेरे हिसाब से उनके जो कंडीशंस हैं, उनकी कंडीशंस के हिसाब से, होम कंडीशंस के हिसाब से काफी अच्छा bowling है उनके पास. स्पिन के हिसाब से वरुण चक्रवर्ती, Sunil Narine, two of them, as far as I'm concerned, will kick the backside as far as middle overs are concerned. They will be really, accurate there. Another spinner they have in their ranks is Mayank Markande, who I really like, who I again think is a very underrated leg spinner, who's flown under the radar in the IPL and has not got too many opportunities. And I am hoping for his sake he gets opportunities here, because he's a wicket taker. He likes to take wickets. He's an aggressive bowler. And you want bowlers with that kind of an attitude in T20 cricket. And KKR have found one in Mayank Markande. I really like this pick as far as Mayank is concerned. I hope he gets a gig, to be very honest. Fast bowlers, Harshit Rana is there, Vaibhav Arora is there, usual suspects. They also have Henrik Nokia, Spencer Johnson. They've also got Chetan Sakaria. Chetan Sakaria is coming back from an injury. I hope he's fully fit and he's ready for this season. He missed the entire domestic season. He's available to play right now, and I hope for his sake that he's better, because he's a real trier and a really hard worker. And for his sake, I hope that he's ready to go. They have options in Andre Russell. Ramandeep Singh also bowls, so plenty options. Venkatesh Iyer also bowls, so I'm not overly concerned about their bowling. It's compared to the batting, it seems a little weak, but I still think it's a very formidable bowling side. So fielding के हिसाब से, मेरे हिसाब से, I think they've been one of the best fielding sides in the IPL in the last couple of years, especially with Ramandeep Singh, and then obviously Venkatesh Iyer is a great fielder. Andre Russell has been amazing. Manish Pandey भी है in their ranks right now. उनको कितना opportunity मिलेगा उनको देखना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि अंकुश रघुवंशी भी है. They have some youngsters in Lovely Sodia. Top order भी थोड़ा heavy है, तो देखना पड़ेगा कि उनको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगा कि नहीं. मुझे लगता है कि एज अ बैकअप प्लेयर उनको रखे हैं, एंड आई थिंक दैट द अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर हिम विल बी फ्यू एंड फार इन बिटवीन. प्लेइंग 11 के और पे थोड़ा चलते हैं. प्लेइंग 11 मेरे हिसाब से क्या होगा? मेरे हिसाब से क्विंटन डी कॉक ओपन करेंगे सुनील नारायण के साथ. नंबर 3 पे, जैसे मैंने कहा था, या अजिंक्य रहाणे या अंकुश रघुवंशी. नंबर 4 पे वेंकटेश अय्यर. नंबर 5 पे वापस अजिंक्य रहाणे और अंकुश रघुवंशी, वन ऑफ देम at 3 and 5. नंबर 6 पे मेरे हिसाब से रिंकू सिंह. नंबर 7 पे आंड्रे रसल. नंबर 8 पे रमनदीप सिंह. देन वी हैव मेरे हिसाब से वी हैव, this is if they're batting first, okay? Then they'll have Harshit Rana, Vaibhav Arora, and Spencer Johnson, or Henrik Nokia, one of the two. And your impact substitutes will be Varun Chakravarti, in my opinion. And if they are if they're bowling first, then Varun Chakravarti comes in, Ankush comes out, or Venkatesh Iyer comes out. They've used one of the two. So whoever they want to pick, because Ajinkya is playing as leader right now, so he'll play. So मेरे हिसाब से either Ankush or Venkatesh Iyer will come out, and then Varun will come in. So this, I think, is the potential playing 12 with the included impact players. Backup players, they have solid backup players, so I'm not overtly worried about backup players. It's about how you make sure they are maintained, entertained, and kept in a positive state of mind for when the opportunity does come, if and when it does come, that they are in the best state to go out there and perform and win matches for KKR. KKR, in my opinion, has a solid side. They've had an incredible season last year. It's going to be a tough repeat, to be very honest. But do I think they will make it to the playoffs? I definitely think so. I think they are a side that can definitely make it to the top 4, provided everything works out for them as far as leadership is concerned, as far as chemistry is concerned. I think it's going to be very key for KKR's run to the top 4, how they begin the season. If they begin with momentum, then they're giving themselves the best chance to get there. If they lose momentum, and which they tend to do in a sense when they start off, the slow starters, and they begin to panic and implode because they have too many options, that could be a problem that could crop up for them. If that happens, that could derail this year's endeavor. So a lot lies on how they begin and the momentum they maintain, whilst making sure that they respond to every situation and not be reactive and make too many changes. Trust in the players that they have picked, give them a good run, and expect performances over a period of time. And if they don't come, keep lines of communication open, communicate to them, and then make replacements. And that'll keep the morale of the team high. It's always hard to repeat and defend a title, but KKR, with the kind of auctions that they had and the team they have on paper, gun side, and I'm giving them the best chance for them to qualify to the knockouts. That's all in this episode. I will see you guys on the next one. Till then, cheers.